Hi guys, I've been trying to film this video for you guys for a long time now. With everything going on with work and life and family and all that jazz, nothing's ever going to be perfect. So I decided I'm just going to give you the video right now, right here outside on my lunch break from work of all the questions that you guys had about my Airsculpt journey. Who was my doctor? My doctor was Dr. Perkins. I did a lot of research on the different doctors and the different offices before I actually scheduled my appointment, and I had a consultation with him ahead of time. I think he is fantastic, and he really wants you to get the best results, and he gives really great advice. He was just really thorough, and I appreciated that a lot. I also did some research because I was considering doing the surgery in the DC office. I did research on a doctor there as well, but it made sense for me to go with Dr. Perkins based on my location. Next question I get is, what did I have done? So I had my upper and lower abdomen, side flanks, and Dr. Perkins threw in my upper pubic area as well as upper flanks, like the bra roll fat area. Where did I get the surgery done? I got it done in the New York City location. That's the location that's closest to me. Now that I moved from New York to Connecticut, New York City made the most sense. As I mentioned before, I started to consider doing the DC office, and the only way that would have worked is because I have a friend of mine who also was getting the surgery done, and she lives in that DC area. But ultimately I decided to go with Dr. Perkins in New York City. The staff there was really friendly and courteous and kind, and there was a lot of pretty girls working there. I said that when I first went there. I was like, you know, everybody here is so pretty, but they were pretty and they were really nice. So that was a plus as well. And they were very attentive. When did I get it done? I actually had my surgery done, I believe it was the second week of January. Second week? Yeah, it was the second week of January. It was MLK weekend. I remember that for sure. Why did I have it done? I had it done because, you know, we all have issues and things that we want to change with our bodies, whether we do it or not. Some people act on it, some people don't. Since I've had my kids, since before I've had the twins, I always had a little problem area with my belly since I stopped working out years ago as much as person I used to. You know, life starts lifing, and we got married and had the kids, and then after then, not that I gained a lot of weight, because even though I had twins, I did not gain a ton of weight, but my belly area just didn't quite go back down as much as I'd like it to. And like I said, the belly area was a problem before anyway. A lot of women have that stubborn area of belly fat, and I just wanted it gone, or as gone as it could be. So that's what I did. I never wanted anything like a BBL or anything like that, because I already have wide, large hips and I have a butt, so I didn't need that done. I just needed to slim down my waist and my belly area. And the bra roll fat is an added bonus. I'm always gonna have fat in these areas. This just minimized it quite a bit. So one of the questions that I get is, when did I have my first massage? To be honest, I didn't have any massages. I considered getting massages. When I first had my consultation with Dr. Perkins, he told me they were not necessary. When I went back to the office and spoke to one of the nurses after I had the surgery, she told me she also had the same surgery, and that she got massages like that very next week or the same week or whatever. Of course, they can't really tell you to go ahead and get massages because they're not doing the massages, and they don't want to be liable if something goes wrong or if it doesn't come out the way you expected. So it makes sense that he would tell me that it's not required. And I'm sure that if it's something that they really thought had to be done, that they would somehow melt it into their services. So I never got massages. In my head, I wanted to, but I also knew that it would come at not only an additional cost, because if you're getting something like this, you expect to pay, but I didn't know how my pain tolerance was going to be, because the areas were so sensitive. I was so scared of actually having someone rub those areas, so I never actually got massages. Now, the complete healing time is up to 6 months. It could be a year before you really see a difference if you're getting certain areas done. I'm just about at my 6 months mark now, and I never got a massage. And You can get the lumps, the hardness, and some areas of numbness, whether you have massages or not. I no longer have any lumps. I feel like there's a couple of areas around my back roll section that may be still a little bit hard, and I just massage them myself, and I've done that from the very beginning. And again, it was more because of, I don't know how I could tolerate someone else touching me in those areas at that time, so I just always massaged it myself. And if you look at some of my previous videos when I had the surgery done, I think I talked about or showed you how I massaged myself. Another question I get is, how long did I use my compression garment? I believe they said to wear it for at least 2 weeks. I got my surgery done in January on purpose because it was still winter, because I knew that I would not want to wear a compression garment once it got hot out. And I told myself that I was going to wear it as long as necessary. I think I ended up wearing it for, I want to say 2 months before I really started to get tired of the way it felt and how it was loosening up. But it always left ridges because you have the foam underneath the compression garment. And I think I was just starting to get tired of it. Before that first month or two, I wore it every single day. I took it off to take a shower. And once it got closer to me not wearing it anymore, I sort of just like would wear it for part of the day, or I would wear it just to go to sleep, and then eventually I just didn't wear it anymore. I remember when I first started taking it off, it just felt like something was missing. For the ladies who've been pregnant before and had their babies, it's that sort of feeling where you just feel like there's something missing or there's something empty, because while you were pregnant you just felt so full. That's the exact same feeling. So I wore mine for about 2 full months before I started like really taking it off for longer periods of time. Did I ever change it out to a different garment? No. I guess I could have and gotten a smaller size or whatever to help, suck me in more, but I was starting to get really uncomfortable wearing it underneath my clothes. It was just getting annoying. So I didn't. I have like those compression shorts and things like that, and I tried wearing that, but it's just so tight. I just couldn't do it. I just went cold turkey and just wore it part of the day and then stopped wearing it. How much did the surgery cost? I was quoted, my surgery cost $9,500, and like I said, that was for upper, lower abs and side flanks. That's what I was quoted. That's what I paid. I actually was able to get a good deal because I got a higher quote initially in New York City, and then I got a quote in the DC office because I was considering them. They ended up running a special where it took like a certain amount off and the surgical fee off. So I went back to New York City and negotiated with them to hold that price for me, and they did because they wanted the business. So they held that price for me. So I paid $9,500 for the areas that I wanted. And then when I had my consultation with the doctor, the day of the surgery, he actually looked at me, took pictures and all of that, and said that he also wanted to do the pubic area and the upper flanks where the bra roll is. So he threw those in at no additional cost because he saw the benefit of how it would look on me after the surgery was done. So I really appreciated that because he didn't have to do that, and he certainly didn't have to do it for free, which I know a lot of surgeons and a lot of these offices up the charge for every little thing. And that's why I liked him, because he really told me the truth of how he think things would look and what I should do and shouldn't do. And throwing that in just solidified it for me. I was just like, wow, he's really he really knows his stuff, and he was being very generous. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of money. So I don't know, if that was just something he would have done anyway. But the thought, it was the thought that counts, and the fact that he did that, I really appreciated that. Does it still hurt or feel numb? No, the pain subsides every single day. So every day you feel a little better. Plus you're on 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. Start to feel better every single day. That very day I felt nauseous after the initial medicine wore off, and the next day I was in some pain. But the days after that I felt better. A week later I felt better. And just watch the videos in the link, and it'll show you exactly what I went through day to day. There are, like I mentioned earlier, a couple of areas in my back that are still a little hard. For the longest time I felt like I was lumpy, but again, I could have massaged that out. I did massage it out, and then, you know, they come right back. So it's something you have to continue to do. Do I think I would go get massages now? Probably. I think in the near future I might look into getting some massages, just to, you know, I like massages anyway, just to try to, you know, shape it a little bit more. But I'm very happy with the results. For a while I was doing like the flinching. You know, my kids were only 2 at the time, and they always want me to pick them up and all that, so, and they jump on me, so it had to be, you know, a learned habit to not let them jump on me. And every time I saw them running at me, I would flinch, or I would run in the other direction and things like that. But I got used to it, and as the pain subsided day to day, the hardness would go away. The numbness stayed the longest. That stayed, I would say, for a few months. I would say like 3 or 4 months. I still had some areas of numbness, but that's not there anymore.
Nancy.